What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with the review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is season number 9, episode number 2, titled No Witness, No Protection. You guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into this episode review. Alright, you guys, so let's start up with that melodramatic ass Carly Red. That bird, that duck lip bird. So, you guys remember last week's episode, it ended with all her friends coming to the funeral home where she was dressed in black. I'm like, why has Carly got to be so, why does Carly have to be so fucking dramatic? And Mona, you really okay at this in the script for Carly to be at a funeral home? Okay. So, like I said, Carly's at the funeral home. Everyone gets there. They're trying to figure out what is going on with Carly. Why are we at a funeral home? Who died? You asked the question, who died? Nobody died. So Sierra says, go ahead, Carly, and tell them what's going on. And Carly tells everyone that, she and Mo have been married for a full year, and she's burying her marriage. I'm like, so you couldn't do, like, maybe, go in your backyard, dig a hole, have a shoebox, put your marriage license in the shoebox, bury that bitch. You have to go this whole route, this whole extravagant route. Like, how much money did y'all pay for this? Like, there's a casket sitting here, for God's sakes. I'm with Mimi. This is a bit much. Like, this is something that you don't play with, but it's Carly Red. Am I shocked? Not at all. And then she's talking about how Mo had a prostitute in their bed. Okay, Carly. Okay. Why, like, for 9 fucking seasons, Carly has had issues with her relationships. It never ceases to fail. Every season she has issues with the men that she's with. Benzino, Jock, Jeremiah, who else? Life Jennings, Sean Garrett, who else has, oh my God, Carly has really been around in this show. Carly has gotten around, but that is neither here nor there. Definitely not here nor there. So then we also do see Duck Lips and Rashida. So they're going to meet up with a lawyer because Carly is going to, like I said, divorce Mo. So Carly apologizes to Rashida for the shit that happened at, her and Kirk's 20, anniversary party. So Rashida's like, so what was that all about, Carly? And Carly was telling her that the whole situation is that Mo messed with Alexis Sky at some point. I don't know when, and I don't really care when they messed around it because honestly, this is just a storyline. You know what? Speaking of Alexis and Mo, they went back and forth with each other this past weekend on Twitter, and I'm like, this is what y'all are gonna do. Alexis Sky has been going back and forth with a lot of people lately. She's been going back and forth with Mo. She went back and forth with that girl. Yeah. She went back and forth with the girl Ari, which I still don't know who she is. I don't know nothing about her. Don't care to know nothing about her. But yeah. So yeah, they messed around. And so what is the story is that Mo wanted to leave Alexis. Alexis didn't want to leave. Mo left. Then Alexis came back at him talking about, he stole money from her family. I'm just like, this is stupid. Then she also said she got a DM from a girl in her bed, and this is when they were talking to the attorney. She said she got a DM from the girl in her bed. And then, she said she went and asked Mo what was up with this, and Mo said, that's not your house. I'm like, oh, okay. He gonna play that Jedi mind trick on you that you don't know your own house. So then she says, she's in a very bad spot when it comes to Mo and that, anytime she comes at him with something, he deflects and will put it back on her. I'm like, well, according to how he was acting last season, you would have thought that, the way that Carly was acting last season, you would have thought Mo was beating her. And if that's the case, why the fuck did she marry him? I just don't understand that for the life of me. All right, and then let's group in this shit together. So we see Akbar, V, and Alexis Sky. So they're out having a play date with their kids. I don't know why Akbar is acting like she did not know what Alexis was going there for. Like, if you know that Alexis and Carly have an issue with each other, why would you then show up to Rashida and Kirk's anniversary party knowing that Carly is cool with both of them and Carly's gonna be there? And then when Carly's there, when you saw Carly, you should have been like, you know what, Alexis, let's go. Because this is not going to end well. But no, you sat there and you let her try to go after Carly. But now you want to play, play stupid. Okay. Then she said, she got custody of all her kids, but what really stumped me is the fact that she said, she's using the village to raise her kids, the kids' daddies and their grandparents, because she's still trying to pursue her dream. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to pursue your dream, Akbar. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But girl, I think your priorities are fucked up. So you still pursuing your dream, but you got other people taking care of your kids. I'm going to shut up and leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that your priorities are literally fucked up. Then, once again, Akbar is telling, Alexis that she's just disappointed in her. I'm like, girl, bye. You facilitated the bullshit, so why? Get the fuck out of here. So, Alexis is like, well, when it comes down to my mom and my kid, I don't play about that. And Carly said that she was going to spit in my mom's face whenever she saw her. So, do I regret what I did? Kind of, sort of. And stupid as fuck. So then we do see Alexis and Carly. So they meet up at a boxing gym to talk to each other. So, Alexis says that her issue with Carly was basically her saying that she's going to spit in her mama's face. Do I give a fuck? Not really. So then Carly says that, she and Mo went shopping one day. They went, she named off all these name brands that she bought. I'm like, okay, Carly, what is the purpose of this story that you're talking about? Oh, she got to it. She really got to that story. So her and Mo walked outside of the mall. Then some guys came up to them. The two of them jumped Mo. Then they put the gun in her head and took her bags with all her stuff in it. I'm sitting there like, I was confused. So those people had something to do with Alexis. This storyline is going, it just keeps getting stupider and stupider and stupider as the episode goes by. This Alexis Mo storyline is just getting really ridiculous and dumb at this point. So Alexis says, Mo came to her family asking about a trucking company. And then when they went to call, her mom and family, asked him for the money back, he never responded. I'm like, that sounds like a typical nigga to you. So then, Alexis says that, when it comes down to Mo, she and Mo never fucked. Carla doesn't believe it. I don't give a fuck. Let's move on. Alright, so let's move over to Sierra. So we see Sierra and BK. So Sierra's getting her son ready for school. And, her and BK are heading to court. And she calls Carly on the phone. And Carly says, she'll be there. She'll show up for her at the court. So then, not Carla, but Sierra and BK get to court. Her mom is there, and then Shooter shows up, and I'm just like, okay, so Shooter gonna go in the club, not the club, in the courthouse, and testify for Sierra. No, he's not gonna do that. He's just there to stand outside of the courthouse to show moral support. And I'm with Sierra. Well, then what the fuck did you show up for? That's stupid. If you're not going in the courthouse, what the fuck are you here for? I don't want you to support me from the outside. I want you to come inside, talk to the judge, tell the judge what you do know, and, leave it at that. And then BK was like, yeah, you know what? I understand, bro. What the fuck do you understand? It ain't no understanding when it comes to that shit. What do you understand? This nigga is sitting here saying he ain't coming in the goddamn courthouse. He's here for moral support outside of the courthouse. Nigga, get the fuck away from me. Back the fuck back. I don't need your support. Take your support and jump off a motherfucking cliff. Like, the fuck? He's there for support, but he's outside of the courthouse. He won't go in and testify. Nigga, fuck you and Joe Whistle. If y'all know where that reference came from, check it out. Like, fuck you. He understands. The fuck? So then we see Sierra's lawyer, and she was talking to Sierra. She's telling Sierra what what she wants to do when they go before the judge. So they go before the judge, and they do get a continuance. Meanwhile, Carly is on her way to the courthouse to be there for her girl, but she's stuck in traffic. I'm like, I know Atlanta does have traffic. I'm not gonna sit there and deny that Atlanta doesn't have traffic, because when I was in Atlanta that year that I went to visit, the traffic in Atlanta was horrible as fuck. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like Atlanta doesn't have horrible traffic. Atlanta's much like Dallas with the traffic. I think Atlanta's worse. But like my thing with Carly is, if you knew what time the you were supposed to appear at court, leave maybe if traffic is that bad, like traffic is bad up here in Dallas. Like I leave at least an hour to 30 minutes before I gotta be somewhere. That is if I have to take the main highways. If I have to take the main highways, I'm leaving an hour before I gotta be wherever I gotta be. If I'm taking a service roads, I'm gonna leave maybe 30 minutes, 35. Nope, actually, I even still live an hour before, because I don't have to be to work until. Because even with me going to work, I have to be to work at 10 a.m. and I leave my house about. Because it takes me 18 minutes to get to work, so I leave my house about 9:15, 9:20. Actually, a little bit before that. So why Carly couldn't leave at least if say the court was supposed to be at 10 o'clock, leave at 9:15. Like, plan for traffic, plan for it. Like, it's not that hard. But Carly is full of shit. So then she kept talking about she kept calling Sierra. Carly, when you was talking to Sierra the first time, you should have said, Sierra, what, like, so once again, what courthouse am I coming to? What building you in? What room you in? Stuff like that. Or you could have did that the night before. Made sure you had everything together before you did this. And then she in the backseat of the car. Oh my God, I'm gonna be late. Oh, Sierra's gonna be. Duh. Carly, you put in 20 on 10. You didn't prepare for this. You probably didn't want to do it, but whatever. So then we didn't see Sierra, and she and Bambi are out shopping for this party that she's gonna have, and she talks about all the people who she's invited. She mentions the fact that she invited Tokyo, but Tokyo's gonna be hanging out with her girl light skinned Keisha, and Ben was like, light skinned Keisha, who you said that? She said, yeah. She's like, you don't like her? She says, no, I don't like her because, she talked to my homegirl's man when they were still together. And we're going to talk about light-skinned Keisha in just a few minutes. Because I got some questions about light-skinned Keisha that needs some answers. So then Sierra also talks about the fact that she about the court, and the fact that Carly did not show up. And, she just basically wants Carly to explain to her, like, what the fuck happened. So then we see, the party. So everyone is there. We see Malaysia from Basketball Wives LA. We see Toya Wright. And, so everybody's there. So Rashida's there. So Sierra's talking to Rashida about her court case. And how Carly, didn't come as, about Carly. And the fact that she didn't show up. So then Carly does show up. And Rashida's like, so Carly, like, what's up with the fact that, Sierra said that Sierra saying the fact that you didn't show up to her court to be there for her. Then Carly wants to go into this whole thing about Sierra never shows up for me here. I had these events. She don't come to my events. And she's talking about, I had an event, and then I saw, Sierra, she was on Instagram taking pictures with Stevie. And Sierra was over there talking to Bambi to him. And she said, I read her lips. That bitch said I was with Stevie. I'm going to go check her. And then also Sierra did tell Carly that she heard that she didn't want to be there. So Sierra goes up to Carly and tells her, like, you a fucking lie. So then they get into a little back and forth with each other, and Sierra just mushed Carly in the face. I'm like, thank God somebody did it. I didn't care who did it, but somebody needed to do it. Thank you. Let's move on. Alright, you guys, so next, we are introduced to light-skinned Keisha via Jock. Now, I want somebody to explain to me, because Light Skin Keisha did explain why she calls herself Light Skin Keisha, but what she explained made absolutely no sense. You're not, so she said she calls herself Light Skin Keisha because growing up she knew so many Keishas, but she was the only light skin Keisha, so boom, light skin Keisha. Boom, light skin Keisha. You're not light skin, you're brown skin. So you could say brown skin Keisha, but you're definitely not light skinned. I kept just looking at her. I'm like, where is she light skinned at? The only thing light, and it's in her confessional, is in her green screen, is her neck. Because she got a lot of light ass foundation right here on her neck. And I'm just like, that is a lot of makeup. And it is bright as fuck. And it doesn't match. Maybe that was a turtleneck on her dress. I don't know. But again, her calling herself light skinned Keisha just makes absolutely no sense because she's not light skinned whatsoever. You're brown skinned. You're brown skinned. You're a brown skin. Whatever. So she's shooting her music video, which I had heard of light skin Keisha before Love and Hip Hop, and I was like, wow. When I found out that she was gonna be on Love and Hip Hop, which was a few weeks ago, I'm like, wow, why would light skin Keisha join Love and Hip Hop? Because, I'm like, why would she do that? Why? Because like I have satellite radio in my car, and that is actually the first time that I was introduced to light skin Keisha was on my satellite. And I'm like, okay, interesting that she joined Love and Hip Hop. If you're on, I mean, because you're on satellite, like, I think it's Shade 45 or Channel 44. If you have satellite radio, those are the hip hop stations. But she's on Love and Hip Hop, and on her dude Coco Vango. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't really care. So Shekinah is back, and Shekinah asked them how did they meet each other. They didn't like each other at first, and now they together. So then, like Keisha talk about, she did this record with Scrappy and her man. And, Scrappy posted on his social media, but then he soon deleted it. And, she feels like Scrappy acts differently around, when he's with certain people, he acts different. And, so Shekinah was like, you talking about, Bambi? She was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. His wife. Now, we've already talked about what the issue is. But, I mean, we're going to get deeper into that this season. I'm pretty certain about that. So then we see your country cousin, Jock. So he was doing his Uber. I'm like, man, come on now. This scene is fake as fuck. Because if you do anything for Uber, it is very random. Unless you like, even if you are with, even if you are in the same vicinity of the person, like you gotta time that perfectly. You gotta literally time that perfectly to get, like if you with somebody and they request an Uber ride, you gotta time that perfectly for you to actually get that ride. But I'm like, okay, Mona, I'ma let you have it. I am going to let you have it. I'm really not, I didn't really care, but I'm like, Mona, this is some bullshit. So, Jock is driving Scrappy over to Mama D's house. Mama D is back home from the hospital. Surgery was a success. So Ernest is asking Mama D, like, where are the trash bags? Mama D gets frustrated with him. I'm like, Mama D, he's just asking for a trash bag. But it's Mama D. I'm not gonna even go too deep into Mama D. So, while Scrappy is in the back seat of Jock's car, Jock is asking him about light skin Keisha. I really just want herself to call herself brown skin Keisha, I swear to God. So, he asked Scrappy about, posting the song and then deleting. He says, you know how that go. You put it up for a few minutes and you take it down. And then, Jock was like, so was it because of Bambi? He's like, yep, it was because of Bambi. So the reason was because, Bambi's homegirl, Amy, was with Coco. And, they feel like light-skinned Keisha got with Coco when Amy and Coco was together. So Bam don't want to fuck with her. I don't give a goddamn fuck. So then we see Mama D. She's talking to Jock, and they went in there and checked on her. So she's telling Jock that she's gonna have a party for a surprise birthday party for Scrap, and she wants Jock to be there. And she's telling him that she's not drinking, okay? And then we see Scrappy and Ernest, they in the kitchen talking about Mama D and her drinking and how she was in a coma. And then the doctor said that she's holding her grain. Now that part didn't make sense to me. If she's holding her grain because she could die. At the end of it, what they're basically saying is her drinking could ultimately kill her. We don't want that for Mama D. I love Mama D. In all her theatrics. Love Mama D. You know, there's one thing that I want to point out real quick. And it was just in Bambi's green screen, I was looking at her teeth. I'm like, God, what is it with veneers? I could never do them. I'm sorry. Like my orthodontist was telling me that once my braces come off, we can, because I have my teeth are not my front two teeth are not straight. And he was like, you know, we can put veneers on. No, we're not. Those things are ugly. He said, well, he said we can go to, you know, he said we can go the cheaper route, which is we could try to put a filling in to, you know, even them out. I'm like, we'll do that. But ain't no way in hell I'm walking around with no ugly ass veneers on my teeth. I refuse to do that shit. I refuse to walk around with veneers. But you guys, that was Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta. Be sure to like this video, leave your comments. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys don't want to drop anything else. Share this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one, which is Love and Hip Hop Miami, finale.